Hello, thank you for joining me. I've got a really nice re-energising flow for us today. So this is a routine that I come to quite a lot just when I need kind of a little boost. Sometimes I do it first thing in the morning just to warm up through the day, or it's quite good to do just kind of when you're fitting in around other bits and pieces, or as a warm up to a longer yoga flow. So we will start standing at the front of the mat, feet hip width apart or toes together, your choice. And we just start to ground through the feet, bending softly through the knees, rocking the weight backwards and forwards, dropping the hands down to the sides. Maybe you experiment with lifting the toes, placing them back down one toe at a time, shifting the weight from left to right, feeling that connection of the soles of the feet to the earth. You've got a soft bend through the knees as you feel that connection from the soles of your feet, all four corners of the feet on the earth, drawing energy up through the legs, all the way through the thighs as they engage, slightly lifting the kneecaps. Engage the glutes and just start to notice what's going on with your lower spine. So maybe you want to curl the tailbone under slightly. Just experiment with that tilt of your pelvis. We'll stack our chest over our hips, chin over our chest, feeling as if we're being pulled upwards by an imaginary string. Hands opening towards the front of the mat. Drop the shoulders away from the ears and your whole body is standing strong on the mat here. Full foot to earth connection. As you slowly close down the eyes, and we'll bring our awareness into our breaths. Taking 4 nice deep breaths all together here. Inhaling through the nose. Exhale through the nose. See if you can lengthen the inhale as you breathe through the nostrils. And extend the exhalation through the nostrils. Inhaling, feeling the rise and fall of the chest as you exhale. Inhale, draw that energy through the feet. Feel the connection all the way from the soles of the feet to the crown of the head as you lift tall. You've got this opposition of grounding and lengthening. And deep exhale through the nose. Before we start to move through our flow, we're just going to take 3 releasing breaths all together. So we'll inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. So nice audible releasing breath. Inhale in, exhale, sigh out. 2 more just like that, big sigh to release. Inhale, exhale. Last one, deepest inhale you've taken all day. And exhale. Inhale, lift the gaze, bend slightly through the knees, interlace the fingertips overhead. Index finger and thumb pointing towards the ceiling, shoulders away from the ears. Shoulders are trying to squeeze together as you bring the palms together. Inhale, reaching. Exhale, bend over towards the left. Inhale, come through center. Exhale to the right. Inhale through center. Exhale, hands slide through the heart center, come into a forward fold. Inhale and find a halfway lift, lifting the palms to the shins or the thighs. Flat back as the shoulder blades draw together. Exhale, hands come down to the earth. Inhale, sweep it all the way up. Exhale through heart center, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, come through heart center with the palms and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Pause here in your halfway lift, drawing the elbows in, neck nice and long, cores engaged as your navel draws towards your spine. Exhale, fold, plant the palms, step into a downward facing dog. So grounding through all 10 fingertips. Heels are heavy as the hips lift towards the sky, chest melts towards the thighs. Maybe take a wiggle walk here, bending through one leg and then the other, lengthening down through the hamstrings, through the backs of the calves. Take any movement that you need to here. And then bring yourself into stillness, strong through the hands. Navel draws in towards the ribs. Inhale in, shift the weight into the left foot. Bring the right leg all the way up towards the ceiling, pointing through the right toe. Inhale, see if you can lift higher. Exhale, bend that right knee. Step through with the right foot in between the palms of the hands, lengthening through the right leg. Come into our pyramid pose. So you can keep the left foot where it is, or maybe you want to step it out to a 45-degree angle, squaring through the hips, so both hips are facing forwards. Chest lifts as you draw a flat back, drawing the right hip back. Exhale, melt your chest towards the thigh. You can use some blocks to bring the earth up towards you here if you need to. Keeping that length in your spine as you inhale in. Exhale, fold. Inhale, shift the left foot back and lower the left knee down, coming into a low lunge. Nice straight back here, engage your core, everything's lifting. Exhale, peel the hip back, come into Ardha Hanuman, our half split. Right toes are facing up towards the ceiling, feel that length through the spine again. Exhale, see if you can come to find a fold. So the closer you draw your hands towards the body, the more ease you'll have in this posture. Or maybe you want to stay up on the fingertips to keep that length. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, fold chest to thigh. Drawing the hips back, pointing those right toes up to the ceiling, pressing into the top of the left foot. Inhale in, exhale, curl onto the soles of the right foot. Inhale in, reaching all the way up, crescent lunge. Lifting through the fingertips, chest is lifting, shoulders drawing away from the ears and together. Cores engaged as your navel draws in, and as you exhale, sink the hips down. So you're finding this grounding through the lower body, lifting through the upper body. Inhale in, stay here. Or as you exhale, maybe draw the hands back behind you, interlace the fingertips, find that steeple grip. Inhale in, lift the chest, maybe coming into a back bend. If you've got any problems with the lower back, maybe stay in a high lunge. Heavy in the hips here. Inhale in, sweep the arms all the way up overhead. Hands come through to heart center, Anjali Mudra. So your thumbs come to your sternum, engage through your core here, nice and heavy still, pressing into the top of the left foot. Your left elbow is going to come over towards the right knee, keeping your core engaged as you find that twist. Exhale, dropping it down. So your left elbow is on the right knee. Inhale in, twisting. So trying to bring your sternum in line with your thumb here. Maybe your gaze lifts to the ceiling, maybe it stays lowered. Ground through the feet, feel that twist through the abdomen. Exhale, uncurl, plant the palms, curl under the toes of the left foot, step it all the way back, lifting the right leg. Exhale, right leg comes to meet the left. Inhale in here, exhale, release. Inhale, shift the weight of the legs into the right foot and lift the left leg all the way up overhead. Inhale, lift a little higher. Exhale, bend through that knee, step it all the way in and up between the palms of the hands. Inhaling, lengthen through the left leg. Maybe step the right foot to a 45-degree angle, just sideways on the mat. Inhale, keep that length in your spine as your left hip draws back. Exhale, fold. Take a moment here, be with your breath, feel into the posture. Maybe bending through the left knee here if you feel you need it. Head's nice and heavy. Creating length through the spine as you draw your chest to thigh. Exhale, step back, come into that low lunge. Maybe walk the right knee back if you need to. Find that length through the spine, navel draws in, left hip draws backward, right hip pushes forwards. And then exhale, send both hips back. Ardha Hanuman, half split. Inhale, find the length. Exhale, chest to thigh. If you want to deepen the stretch, maybe walk your fingertips further towards your toes. Inhale in, come onto the sole of the left foot. Sweep the arms all the way up overhead. Come into that crescent lunge. Find your lift. Imagine your whole rib cage is being pulled upwards. Navel draws in. And then exhale, sink down into the hips. Shoulder blades are squeezing together so you've got space through the chest here. Inhaling, lifting. Exhale, grounding. Staying here or sweeping the hands back, finding that back bend, interlacing the fingertips, lifting the gaze. Whole body's working really strong here. Inhale and sweep the arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, bring them through heart center. Find that twist as you bring your right elbow to the left knee. Inhale and find length in the spine. And then exhale, twisting from the abdomen, so really moving from your navel here. See if you can draw your thumbs to sternum. Maybe lifting the gaze towards the back of the room. Inhale in, uncurl, plant the palms, step it all the way up and back, three-legged dog with the left leg lifted. Exhale, left leg comes down into our downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. Recoup, regather. Inhale and shift forwards into your plank pose. Heels pushing back towards the back of the mat. Forehead's lifted. The crown is lifted, sorry. Engage your core. Exhale, shift the weight forwards. Lower the knees, lower the chest, lower the belly down. Inhale, lift up, find your cobra. Exhale, shifting all the way back, downward facing dog. Inhale in, step the right foot to the front of the mat, followed by the left. Exhale, fold. Inhale, find a halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, hands through heart center. Inhaling, bend through the knees, sink the hips, lift up into your chair pose, sink the weight back through the heels, lift the gaze, lift the chest, maybe lift the toes just as a little test here. Exhale, sink a little lower. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, find your option. Exhale, fold, plant the palms, step the right foot back, step the left foot back, come into your plank pose. Inhale and shift the weight forwards here. Exhale, lower the knees, lower the chest, lower the belly down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot steps forward, left foot steps forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, find your lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come through chair. Exhale, fold, plant the palms, step the left foot back, step the right foot back, plank. Engage through your core here. Inhale in, shift the weight forward, lower the knees, lower the belly, lower the chest. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot steps forward, right foot steps forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, fold. Inhale to chair. Exhale, fold, plant the palms, step or jump back to plank, pressing the heels back, neck nice and long. You're really engaged here. And you can lower the knees or you can lower all the way through a chaturanga. So as you exhale, lowering down. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, peel back, downward facing dog. Inhale, step the right foot up, step the left foot up, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale to chair. Exhale, fold, plant the palms. Step the right foot back, step the left foot back, come into your plank. Inhale, shift forward, lower the knees if you need to, or come all the way through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, step the right foot forward, come into your warrior one. Raising the fingertips, sinking the hips. So your chest is forward, hips are on a straight line, so they're facing towards the front of the mat. If you need to, you can experiment stepping that right foot out. So it's on a 45-degree angle, and the more you bring it out towards the side of your mat, the more space you'll find through the hips. Maybe you can square the hips forwards a little easier. Inhale and feel that length through the torso, shoulders away from the ears, palms facing together. Lifting through the upper body, grounding through the lower body. Inhale, exhale, open out, warrior two. Maybe stepping that back knee back if you need to. Find your warrior two, gaze comes over the right fingertips. Inhale in, engage through your core, so your navel's drawing in and up. Inhale in here, exhale, sink into the hips. Inhale, reaching the fingertips forward, turning the palm of the hands to face the ceiling. Exhale, reverse warrior. Inhale in, find length. Exhale, cartwheel it all the way through, extended side angle. So right elbows to right knee, or it can open all the way down to the ground, but we're not putting any weight in those fingertips. We're finding lift through the left palm, cores engaged here, sinking into those hips. Right knee still bent as your navel draws in. Exhale, uncurl, find your warrior two again. Inhale, lengthen through the right leg, keeping just a slight bend. As you inhale, reach forward through the right fingertips. Exhale, fold, triangle. So little to no weight through the wrist, so we're not leaning against our right leg, we're just placing the palm there. Inhale and find that length. Exhale, chest maybe opens towards the left hand side. Two more breaths here. Inhale in, exhale, come all the way up through center, and then with the palm of the hand facing the ceiling, or exhale, come back, reverse triangle. Chest is opening towards the ceiling, gaze maybe lifts to the right fingertips, core still engaged, nice and strong through the feet. Inhale in, exhale, come back through center, bend through, find that warrior two. Inhale in, exhale, we're going to lift up, come into a wide leg forward fold, so whatever works for you, or a wide leg position. So our feet are going to be a little bit wider than hip width apart. Bring your hands onto your hips and maybe turn the toes in slightly. Engage through the core here, maybe tilting the pelvis. Keeping our hands on our hips, or we can interlace our fingers and find that steeple grip behind us. Squeezing the shoulder blades together as the palms draw together, cores engaged. We're going to just bend forward, slight bend in the knees if you need to. Only coming down halfway, lifting the arms up overhead. Head's nice and heavy here as the core's engaged, really strong through the outside edges of the feet. Inhale in here, and then exhale, fold all the way down. Soft bend in the knees if you need to. Take as much of a bend as you need to. Inhale in, feel length through the spine. Exhale, can you fold a little deeper? Inhale in and exhale, release the palms, bring them down onto the mat. Maybe walking the fingertips out in front of you and just shifting the weight of the hips forwards and backwards. Or maybe bringing the hands underneath you, coming into a deeper forward fold. So just going to stay here for a few breaths, just find what works for you. Inhale in, walk the palms forwards and then bring them all the way over to the back of the mat. Left foot comes to point forwards. We're going to set up so our right foot comes to a 45-degree angle. Engage through your core. Lift up, warrior one, to the left hand side. Find that length, that lift through the torso, shoulders away from the ears, and then exhale, lower into the hips. Inhaling in, exhaling, grounding, shoulders are away from the ears. Inhale in, exhale, open out, find your warrior two. Step the right foot back if you need to. Inhale, find length here, navel's engaged. Exhale, lower, sink into those hips. Feel this strength through the feet, grounding into the earth. Inhaling, gaze over the left fingertips. Start to reach the left fingertips forwards and sweep all the way back into your reverse warrior. Inhale and find length. Maybe your gaze comes up to the left palm. Exhale, cartwheel it through. Find that extended side angle. So either elbow to knee or palm comes down towards the earth. You're strong, reaching through the right palm. Feel that twist through the abdomen as your chest reaches up towards the ceiling. Exhale, come back, warrior two. Inhale, straighten through the left leg, engaging your core as you shift the weight forward. Let the hips come back towards the right. Exhale, fold into that triangle. Inhale, find length, find lift here as the right hip opens up towards the ceiling. Find length as the right hip opens up towards the ceiling. Inhale in here. And exhale. Inhale, sweep it all the way back and through, reverse triangle. Maybe your gaze follows the left palm. Feel that length through the side body. And then exhale, come back down, warrior two. Inhaling nice and strong here. Exhale, sinking through the hips. Inhale, lift, and we'll shift back through that wide leg position. And this time we're going to turn the feet to the outside edges of the mat. And we'll sink down, coming into our wide leg goddess pose. So hands on the hips, stacking the chest over the thighs, tucking that tailbone under. You can stay a little lifted here, or maybe you lower all the way through the hips. So a wide leg goddess pose, feel into your power. Feel the soles of the feet connecting to the earth. We're going to inhale, sweep the arms up overhead as we lengthen through the legs, lift everything. Exhale, hands through heart center, ground. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hands through heart center, bend the knees, ground, sink down. Two more. Inhale, lift, hands through heart center. As you exhale, ground. One more. Inhale, lift everything, reach, take up space. Exhale, hands come through heart center. Hips are heavy as we ground. We'll take 3 breaths all together here. One more. Inhaling, reach the arms all the way up. Exhale, fold it forwards. Palms can come to the earth. Bend the knees as much as you need to. Maybe walking the feet out ever so slightly. Find your forward fold. Relaxing here as your neck and head hang heavy. Walking the hands all the way over towards the left foot. Feel a stretch through the left side of the body. Maybe opening the left arm, the right arm all the way up. Inhale in here. Exhale, plant the palm back down.
And walk the hands all the way over to the right. Find length through the left side of the body. Maybe the left arm reaches up towards the ceiling. Right hand to right foot. Inhale and find length. Exhale, plant the palm. Shift the right foot forwards. Step yourself back into a plank pose. Heels pressing towards the back of the room. Neck is nice and long and lifted, and you're pushing up through all 10 fingertips as they connect to the earth. Navel draws in. Inhale, shift forwards. Exhale, lower the knees, lower the belly. Inhale, slide through, find your cobra. Exhale, shift back, downward facing dog. Inhale, step the right foot forward, step the left foot forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep through into our chair. Last one of the practice. Shoulders away from the ears. Hips are heavy, maybe shifting the weight back into the heels, lifting the toes. Inhale, find a little bit more lift. Exhale, sweep the palms back behind you. Send the arms out long. Imagine their wings coming back behind you. Lifting through the chest. Maybe you're lifting so much you start to come up onto the tiptoes. Engage the core here. And exhale, see if you can slowly lower the hips all the way down towards the earth. Don't worry if you wobble here, use your hands to help you. If you fall, it's all part of the process. Sweep the arms down, bring them into your heart center, hovering the seat bones just above the heels. Come into a toe squat. Anjali Mudra at our heart center, and if you want to give yourself a little bit more of a challenge, close down the eyes here. Or just soften the gaze. Inhale in, plant the palms, use your hands to help you come back onto the seat bones. Take a nice deep breath out as we come down to our mat. So we're cooling down here, and just through one last strengthening posture. We're going to lift the gaze, lift the chest, bring your hands to the backs of the knees. Squeeze those shoulder blades together as your navel draws in. Chest nice and long, gaze lifted. Stay here. We'll start to shift the weight back. Find your boat pose. Nice and strong through the core. Maybe opening the arms out to the side if you want to take it that little bit further. 2 more breaths here. And we'll start to lower for the count of 4. So 1, 2, lengthening the legs, lowering the back. 3, hovering, hold everything strong. Navel's engaged, core's engaged, chest is lifted. And exhale, lower. 1, all the way down to the mat. Inhale, bring the right leg in, bring the left leg in. Give yourself a nice big hug, rocking from side to side. Maybe drawing the nose up towards the knees, squeezing yourself in a nice little ball. Give yourself some love. Exhale, melt the chest down. Bring the arms out into cactus. So the palms of the hands are coming up to the sides, elbows are bent. If this doesn't work for you, you can come into a little T shape. Engage through the core and then just softly melt the legs over towards the left hand side. Inhale in and the gaze maybe drifts over towards the right. Both shoulders are heavy towards the mat here. And just take a few breaths to really feel into this posture. Allow the weight of your body to twist and to counterweight. Inhale in, lift the legs through center. Exhale, send them over towards the right. Gaze comes over to the left. Feel the expansion through the abdomen as you inhale and exhale. Softening through the shoulder base, the shoulders draw heavy into the air. Inhale and engage your core, shift the legs back through center, and then send the legs both out long. Come into your Shavasana, keeping the hands where they are, maybe bringing them down to the sides, palms facing up. Just allow the full body relaxation here. So your toes maybe turn out to the corners of the mat. Maybe you walk the shoulders softly underneath you. Feel the ground rise up to meet you. And so what's really important after that strong energizing flow like we've just done is to bring our awareness back into ourselves. Focus our attention back. So imagine that we've stirred the pot, we've moved around the energy, we've shifted. And now we're just taking the time to sit, feel into that shift, and reallocate it where it is needed. Allow it to pull where it is needed. It relaxes. Feel your whole body supported on the earth. You can stay here in Shavasana, or if you're ready to move, start to wiggle the fingertips and toes. Maybe taking a deep sigh in or yawn. As you reach the arms all the way up overhead, point the toes, roll onto the right side and lift yourself up into a comfortable seat of your choice. Keeping the eyes closed or just softening through the gaze. We'll sit up nice and tall. Inhale in, lift the arms up overhead. Exhale, our hands come through to heart center. Take one more releasing breath here. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth, release. Inhale. And exhale. Corners of the mouth start to engage as you allow yourself a nice, genuine smile. And thank yourself for showing up, for committing to some time for yourself, for re-energizing. I hope you have a lovely day, and I hope to see you again soon. Namaste.